back to another episode of the Diaries, episode 36. So, as I'm filming this video, it's Feb 1st. I think this video is probably going to get posted a couple of days late, but it's Feb 1st. We're in the middle of the 3-day challenge right now. This is day 3. So, doing the sell tonight, which I'm looking forward to. It's going pretty well so far. These are the numbers that you can see on the screen. These are the registration numbers. So these numbers aren't 100% accurate. We basically have around 3,400 registrants in total, and only about 350 of them were from the ads. We spent like $2,000 on ads. And so we have about 3,400 registrants in total. Which was fine. It's the most we've ever had for a challenge like this. So that's good. And I wanted at least 3,000 people. So we beat that target. Show up rate on the first day was okay. It was like 530 people, which is about 15% show up rate, which again, for a challenge like this, is pretty good. We have typically had a really high show up rate for this business. I think on the first webinar we had like 50, 60% show up. It was nuts. Webinar room got maxed out. It was pretty stressful, actually. It was one of the first videos I did in the Diaries talking about it. So show rate was okay. Second day yesterday was a little bit lower, actually. It was probably a little bit disappointing. It was more like, I wrote it down, like 350. Yeah. So we had like nearly 100 and plus people drop off, which was interesting because the energy and the feedback that we got from day one was actually better than we ever had on any of the other challenges. So I was a little bit disappointed with the show up rate yesterday. Although we did have some challenges on day one. I think we had some like bots trying to attack us or something like that, because throughout the whole session, people were just like leaving and coming straight away. And that always happens a little bit with these challenges, but it was like too much, like people just leaving and joining, and you can see that they've left and joined in like the chat when it's like this person joined, this person left, and something really weird happened. So like someone early on in the chat, and Zoom rooms are funny, like the energy can shift so dramatically based on one comment. So for example, when you're doing a sell on the webinar, if one person makes a comment about, oh, that's expensive, I can't afford it, you'll get like 100 plus other comments. Well, maybe not 100, but you'll get a ton more comments of other people who will agree and be like, yeah, it is. And then the whole chat goes into like some negativity thing where everyone's talking about how expensive it is and how they don't have any money. And what happens is the people who can afford it still look at those comments and they're like, yeah, maybe it is a bit expensive. I don't want to buy, right? If no one else is buying on here, I'm not going to buy too. And so we can really have a big impact on sales and just like the mentality of the group. Because we've did that once with one of our webinars last year, and it was a bit negative when we did the sell because one person said that she couldn't afford it, and then a few people said the same thing. We still made money and it was fine, but yeah, you could tell. Whereas we did the exact same webinar, I think like a week later, not one comment about the price, and the energy in the chat was good. So it's one comment can really turn the energy around. And the reason I'm saying this is on day one, literally very early on, someone commented being like, hey guys, let's create a community of everyone who's attending this event. Follow me on Instagram. And they put their Instagram handle. And the Instagram handle was clear that they were like some form of like content creator, which is like in a similar niche to us. So what I feel like it was, one person basically joined with the intention of like, we had like 3,000 people register for our event. They joined with the intention of getting everyone in the group to follow them because they're probably like some form of competitor, which sucked because what happened then was everyone started commenting their Instagram. Like loads of people were replying to each other's comments being like, oh, follow me back. And it was just like constant throughout the whole of day one. And it was super distracting. Obviously, it's not good that, we're teaching during this challenge or this event and you have a ton of people sharing their Instagram when we're trying to like talk about important points. So that was like really annoying. And then it kind of went on another level. And this is where I think maybe the bots came in. Whereas there was a really weird, like this event is for women. And one of the comments was like, hey, Indian girls, comment your Instagram handle or your Telegram below and I'll create a community or I'll create a group for us. And it was like the same person with a different, the same message was sent by multiple people with a different name in the chat, being like, hey, Indian girls. And maybe it was a bot, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. But it was really fucking weird. And then like, obviously people were commenting about that. So that was like super weird and distracting. But other than that, the content was actually really good. It's the most engagement we've had inside of like the challenge Facebook group since we've started this business. People are posting, people are really loving it. We've had a lot of emails and messages about how much people are enjoying it. But that on day one was definitely weird. And it's the first time I've ever experienced anything like this. There was one person who even posted a WhatsApp chat link in the chat being like, hey, let's create a community. Again, it maybe not was word for word, but it's like, hey, let's all connect inside of, I created a WhatsApp chat. And I think that person actually was just a regular attendee who probably with the best intention was like, oh, cool, people are trying to connect with each other. I'll create a WhatsApp group for everyone. But that person only posted that link because he saw everyone else talking about Instagram handles. And I think it was instigated by either a competitor or like those bot accounts. It was weird. Anyway, day 2 happened yesterday and we had a lot less, like again, 100 plus people didn't show. I think maybe that was just, maybe the show up rate on day 1, maybe there was like 50 bot accounts in there and that's why it was 15%. I don't know. But, oh, it's going to record. Anyway, so yeah, so we'll see anyway. But on day 2, no, like we just said at the very beginning, hey, no one share any personal info or links, and it was completely fine. So I think maybe it was just someone was trying to sabotage us a little bit, or they were trying to do something weird. I'm not really sure, but yeah, let's see. Typically, just being totally honest, like this business doesn't do huge numbers yet. We typically do anywhere between like 20 to 30K from these live events. So yeah, we'll see. I obviously want to do more than that. I want to do our personal best. We have the most attendees. Sorry, we have the most registrants. Show up rate is a little bit lower than I wanted. So we'll see. But there's lots of people catching up on the replays and stuff like that as well. And this is the first time we've run ads to one of these events. So obviously a bit less warm people. So it's going to be interesting to track and see who converts from the ads. So day 3 is tonight. We're going to settle tonight. So on the next episode of the Diaries, we'll probably be after the cart closes because this is a Thursday I'm filming this and the cart closes on Monday at midnight. So I'll probably film the next Diaries episode on like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And I'll be able to give you a full rundown of the numbers. So yeah, that's it. Just a quick update from me. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one.